Hey Flosstube friends, good morning. It's been maybe 6 weeks since I've been with you, and I'm Lisa, Little Annie Z on Instagram, and this is mine and my mom's Flosstube channel. I am going just to hopefully make this a quick video. I didn't have a lot of time, but I have a lot to show you. I've had a lot of finishes. I've been taking a bit of a break from making Flosstube and being active on Instagram, but I am Little Annie Z on Instagram. Like I said, if you want details on any of the projects that I'm going to show you today, just message me there. But I do have a lot to show you, so I'm going to get into my whips first. So as you know, I've been working on... You know what? I knew that was going to happen. I'm in my workout clothes because I'm hoping that that'll make me work out today. Y'all know, I think if you've been with me for a while, I'm a personal trainer, and I've got extension cords hooked up here, and a Pilates instructor mostly, but I don't practice that anymore. And I'm the biggest culprit of not working out myself. So I have been working on the Berry Bowl sampler, and it's a collaboration between the Scarlet House and Heartstring Samplery. So I do have a finish on one side, and I have started the other side, and I'm excited to show you that. I have changed my linen choice for the second side of this sampler. So the first side I have shown you before, but I do want to show you my finish. And I'm doing this on 40 count. This one is Angel Hair by Weeks. And this is my completed side. So my plan is, I'm doing this with one thread over two. I'm not doing all of the called for. I've had to substitute quite a few of these. But my plan is, when I'm finished with the second side, I'm going to stitch it together, and then I'm going to put something in here. So I think it's super cute. I love how the birds are worked in to this. And this is my second side that I've started. And this is on Wren by Picture This Plus. It's a tighter weave than the Weeks, but I love the contrast of the two linens. I think that's going to look really pretty when it's sewed together. And I'll be working on this for a little while because I've got another I've got two clubs that I'm going to be starting, and I'll explain one of them in a little while, but one of them is my other whip. And I just was so excited about this. I wasn't planning on stitching this, but it's in my, this might give you a clue as to what project I'm working on. This fabric is by Kimberbell. And I am working on, actually I finished it last night, this one, Beach Boardwalk. It's a series of 7. I'm sure you all have seen it. And I'm actually going to be stitching it all in one line, connecting each pattern. I may have explained this before, but I am a Jersey girl at heart. The Jersey Shore, my heart is there, and so I had to do this. What I am doing is I'm using Primrose Cottage's Seaside Tiny Town thread pack. And I'm not using the called for threads. I've substituted them out for, so this is more of a bright color palette. And I love the color palette of Seaside Tiny Town, but I didn't want to stitch that. I wanted to stitch it in more muted colors, I guess you can say. So I love this little ice cream shop. So I'm excited to get this finished. I have something in mind to display it, and as this gets finished and I have the correct measurements, I will share that with you. Okay, so those, I've got one more whip to show you. It's just something that I've been working on to get rid of little bits and pieces of yarn that's in my drawer. So it's just a basic double crochet throw blanket that I've been putting just the colors together. Just whatever I had left over, just so it's just like a project that I can come back to if I want to give my eyes a rest from cross stitching on 40 count. So okay, now I want to show you some finishes. Like I said before, I've started the, I'm going to do the monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives, and I purchased from Paisley and Polka Dots the scale to display it on, and I'm ready to stitch that piece and get started. It was really fun to put together. It didn't take me long at all, and this is not on the, when you get this piece, when you get the kit to paint this and glue it together, I used Gorilla Glue, and I used different paints than she suggested, and different glue than she suggested, but it all worked out fine. It's sturdy, and I painted it using two colors. I'm going to be popping in and out of the frame. This is Deco Art Chalky Finish that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it's in the color Vintage. And then Folk Art Home Decor Chalk in white. It's and I think it turned out really pretty. It's very close to the color that she used. She had like Dutch Aqua, I believe it was called, but you'll see it in when you order the piece to put it together, and she mixed it with white. But I already had this, so I thought that would be perfect. And then I forgot, I just noticed behind me I've got my two pillows. You remember I was working on the So Simple Shapes applique pillows. So this one is the beehive, and I put the bluebird on top. I got the pillow forms. These are 18-inch pillow forms from Amazon. This is a satin pillow cover that I used Steam a Seam tape. I have it right here. So I put this on the edges and a couple pieces in the middle, and then I just ironed it to the pillowcase, and then I put the pillowcase on top of the pillow form. And then this is the berry bowl. I just love these. I have these displayed on a bench at the foot of my bed in the bedroom. But it's just super cute. I didn't do any applique stitching. It's just put right on there with the steam-a-seam tape. And I also wanted to show you my patriotic display. It's just a little basket that I got at Goodwill. I got these sprigs at Hobby Lobby. This is a pattern from Stitching with the Housewives, just part of the pattern, and I used some variegated threads over dyes, little pin with some vintage buttons, and then that's my back. That's just a fat quarter from Hobby Lobby. And then this is the May small from Calendar Crates. So I put that in there. These, I did this with DMC. This is the cherries portion of the pattern from Lori Holt's Farm Girl cross stitch pattern. And I just made a little pillow out of it with stuffed it in the back and put some leftover binding that I made to cover the back with. And then this is a portion of Stitching with the Housewives, Long May She Wave. I just did the words on some blue Aida, some more vintage buttons, some ribbon and some buttons on the front, and some stripes on the back. And that sits on a table in my hallway. All right, I'm just looking all around me at what I have here. Okay, so I was working on Lucy Beam. Let me see if I can find the pattern. Lucy Beam's Though He Seemeth Sleeping. And this is it right here. I'm going to hold it up to show you in a minute, but I want to show you the full pattern. I shortened it a little bit. You'll see in a moment. I cut it off about here, and then I just did a zigzag border across the bottom. And I chose, this is one that you had a lot of choices of threads. This was so fun to kit up. And I did it on 30 count Honey Glaze by Legacy. And this is my finish. This is a barnwood frame from Amazon. It came in a pack of 2. It's a 12 by 12 frame, and I'll get up closer to show you. And I have this hanging. I have a gallery wall of lighthouses, and this hangs there on my gallery wall with the lighthouses. I thought that this was I have lighthouse paintings, and so I thought this was perfect to put there. I added a little anchor here, and I really love how that turned out. And then my second FFO is huge. You all know I've been working on the Prim Stitch series by Lori Holt, so I did finish that. I did it on all the called for, and got it framed at Michael's without glass. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love how it turned out. They really did an amazing job. I paid for expedited framing and it got done in 1 week. And it's a matte wood frame in this dark red. I thought worked really well. It's got a hanger on the back. This hangs in my kitchen with right next to Lori Holt's Farm Girl cross stitch that I have in my kitchen. So yeah, I'm so thrilled with this. I told them I didn't want a lot of space. I really just wanted it to be lightweight so I didn't have to struggle. And I usually don't put glass in my pieces anyway. So that's Prim Stitch, all framed. I love it. Okay, let's see, what else do I have to show you here? Oh, I did want to show you that my fabric choice, because the called for fabric choice for the monthly weigh-in that goes on this piece from Stitching with the Housewives is not in stock, and I chose French latte, or country French latte, and this is by Witchelt, I believe, and I tea dyed this piece, and I think I have shown you this before because I was showing you how I tea dyed it, I believe, in one of my other floss tubes. But I got a piece for every month, so I will tea dye it and use this for that series. And speaking of fabric choices, I did want to thank Karen Combs for answering my question about, I love how she does her linen comparisons, and she was talking about Feast of Friendship and choosing a different linen for this, and she held up a linen that was called Foxy, and I don't remember who the dyer was, but I said, I wonder if Foxy would work on Feast of Friendship, and she did get back to me in her next video and answered yes, that she thought maybe some of these oranges might have to be changed out. But Fat Quarter Shop had a sale on this Fiber on a Whim hibiscus, and I thought this would be good too. So I'll tag Karen in this and see what she thinks. But this is a pinker fabric, so maybe, you know, I don't know. Karen, you seem to be the expert on fabric comparison, so if you see this, I would love your opinion. This is Hibiscus by Fiber on a Whim. It's really pretty. But when I saw this, I was like, ooh, Feast of Friendship, maybe? Okay, I want to show you some charts that I purchased and something special that I had made up that you might think about doing if you don't already have any. But let me get to that in a minute. I got these two fabrics, a yard of each, at Hobby Lobby. This is just a pale blue gingham and then like a confetti. I thought those were cute to maybe put in a future quilt or backing pillows or something. And then Contented Needleworker Kim, my friend Kim, and all the floss tubes that I've been watching on the Bristol Sampler Symposium, I think it's called, at the Attic, had me really wanting to try perforated paper. So I purchased 2 packs on Amazon. It's 18 count 9 by 12 sheets by Mill Hill. And so I've got this ready when I want to try it. I do have a stitch in mind for this. That's in my my chart collection that I'm going to show you in a minute. So I did purchase Plum Street Samplers Christmas in July. I think I'm going to stitch this up and just leave it up all year. I really love it. This is supposed to be Abraham Lincoln and Mary Todd, I believe. And I purchased the red, white, and blue sampler by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I just thought this was so cute. So I've been making a sampler wall in my living room with just alphabets. I have found that I really love stitching alphabets. So I think that this is going to go on that wall and I'll keep it up all year. And then I've got a couple really cute, I don't think I will ever stitch this. I don't know, maybe I will, but I just wanted it in my collection. This is Silver Creek Samplers, A Sweet Memory. I don't know that I've shown this to you before, but it says, seems like only yesterday that you were very small and left for me a memory of handprints on the wall. It was a tradition every year. The first day of school, my kids would, my husband would bring up paint and let them put their handprint on the wall. And we've got from kindergarten all the way through their senior year, pretty much. So this is something that I might stitch up once we repaint. So I still have the memory. And then this one, let me see. I'm just going to show you the picture. I printed this out. This is by my Big Toe Designs, and it's called Shout for Joy. And that's what it looks like. And this will go in my kitchen because every day before school at the breakfast table, we would memorize Psalm 100. And I'm in hopes that my kids still memorized it. They can recite it, I'm hoping, but Psalm 100 is just has a special place in my heart for that reason. All right, so I also purchased Mary Cornwall 1827. This, I did a PDF download, and I wanted this because Mary Cornwall has the same birthday as I do. So I said I need to stitch that. And that will go on my sampler wall in my living room. And then I've got this as a companion piece for Though He Seemeth Sleeping. I don't know that I've shown this to you. It's called Lover of My Soul. And it's by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. And it says, Jesus, lover of my soul, let me to thy bosom fly, while the gathering waters roll, while the tempest still is nigh. And was it Liz from Antique Needleworkers that purchased this? Somebody I was watching recently purchased this also. And she was the one who had me go and buy the Though He Seemeth Sleeping. So I think these would make good companion pieces on my lighthouse wall. And then I don't think I've shown this one. This is E. Harris 1876, an adapted reproduction by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. I just love those two pink birds. Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim, I bet you've stitched this already. And then a couple Blackbird charts that I'm adding to my collection that I wanted to share with you that I don't think I've shared with you before. This is Clara Ellen. Merrily, merrily we welcome spring. I heard this is a huge one, so I've got to be ready for a huge one before I start that. Lydia Cohagen. I may have shown this to you. Forgive me if I have. I just purchased Violet's Blue. I really love this. We've got wild purple orchids all in our yard, so I thought that would be fun. And Farmhouse. Let's see, I'm looking around. The only thing I have left to share with you is some cards that I had made on Shutterfly. They come in, you know, as big of a pack as you want, but I took a photo of Though He Seemeth Sleeping and made a card out of it. And on the inside, I just had put here needlework by and my name. So I also had, I didn't bring the sampler up to show you, but I had my adaptation. I did my own adaptation of Jane Cowie, and I did a quote by Lady Jane Grey, and I just put up here a special note for you. So I had these cards made as a way to just send notes of encouragement to people, and I thought, you know, as I'm praying for somebody, I can send them a card. But a tip for you that I learned from Shutterfly is don't edit your photo on your phone. Download the original photo into Shutterfly and then edit it there. That way you don't get all these pop-ups that say too small, too large. So that was a huge help for me to know that. And then lastly, we have been getting on the hobby farm tons of blackberries. So on my agenda for maybe tonight or tomorrow, I'll post it on Instagram and take a look if you want. This is just maybe one harvest and a little bit extra of blackberries that we got, and I'm going to make some blackberry turnovers. I'm not going to make a whole pie because, you know, I would eat it all. So I'm just going to make little mini pies. But they are super sweet, and it's going to be fun to make. I love baking. If you follow me for a while, you know I love baking. So I think that's all I have to share with you. And I just hope you guys have some fun stitchy time coming up and are having a great summer. And I will see you again soon. Bye.